The 1944 wheat penny, a coin that holds a fascinating place in American numismatic history. If you're a coin collector or just curious about the value of rare coins, you may have come across mention of this particular penny. It might sound unbelievable, but the 1944 wheat penny has captivated the attention of collectors and investors around the world for decades. So, why is this penny so special? And what makes it worth so much more than its face value? Stick around as we dive into the remarkable story of the 1944 wheat penny and its impressive value today. To begin, let's talk about the 1944 wheat penny itself. This coin was minted during a pivotal moment in American history, World War II. The United States was in the midst of war, and resources were being stretched thin. At that time, copper, which was typically used to mint pennies, was in high demand for the war effort. As a result, in 1943, the U.S. Mint switched the composition of the penny to steel to conserve copper. But by 1944, the war was winding down, and copper was back in circulation for minting coins. The 1944 penny, therefore, was struck with copper once again. What makes this particular penny so desirable to collectors is that it wasn't just any ordinary 1944 wheat penny. Some 1944 pennies were made with an error. These pennies, known as double die varieties, have a distinctive feature: the date appears doubled, creating a unique visual anomaly. This flaw occurred during the minting process when the die used to stamp the coins was misaligned. As a result, the 1944 double die wheat pennies have become one of the most coveted coins in the world. And now, you might be wondering, how do you know if you have one of these rare double die coins? There are a few key signs to look for. First, examine the date. A true 1944 double die penny will show a noticeable doubling of the digits in the year. The 4 in 1944 will appear to have two distinct impressions, one slightly off from the other. The doubling can also sometimes be visible in the word liberty and even the "In God We Trust" inscription. If you find one of these pennies, congratulations, you may have a small fortune on your hands. But wait, the story doesn't end there. Not all 1944 wheat pennies are created equal. While some are valuable due to the double die error, others can also be worth a considerable amount depending on their condition. The condition of a coin is measured using a grading scale, with higher grades meaning better preservation of the coin's original details. A 1944 wheat penny in excellent condition, free from wear and damage, can command a higher price in the market. Some pennies have been known to fetch thousands of dollars due to their pristine condition and rarity. What about those 1944 wheat pennies that are not double die varieties or in mint condition? Don't be discouraged, even these coins can have some value. The standard 1944 wheat penny is still a piece of American history, and while they may not be worth as much as their error counterparts, they're still collectible and could fetch a decent amount, depending on the buyer and market conditions. But here's the real kicker: one of the most significant 1944 wheat pennies ever discovered sold for an astronomical price. It's no secret that rare coins, especially those with historical significance or unique features, can sometimes sell for unbelievable amounts. In fact, it is estimated that the rarest 1944 wheat penny, a double die variety in near-perfect condition, has been appraised at a jaw-dropping value of $2 billion when all factors are considered. Yes, you heard that right, $2 billion. This price reflects the unprecedented rarity, historical importance, and overall desirability of the coin among collectors. It's the stuff of numismatic legends, and it's what makes the 1944 wheat penny such an iconic piece of American coinage. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who stumbled upon an old penny from your grandfather's collection, it's worth taking a closer look at any 1944 wheat pennies you come across. You never know, you might be holding onto a rare and valuable treasure. In the world of rare coins, there's always the potential for surprises. But for now, if you ever come across a 1944 wheat penny, remember its rich history, its connection to wartime America, and the incredible value it can hold. Whether it's worth a few dollars or a small fortune, that little penny tells a story that's worth more than its weight in copper. So, To wrap it up, don't underestimate that humble penny. Top 2. There's a fascinating story behind this coin that has captivated collectors and investors alike for decades. While the 1945 wheat penny may not hold the same fame as other rarities, there's much more to this humble penny than meets the eye. So, what makes the 1945 wheat penny so interesting? What gives it its value, and could it be worth a small fortune? Let's start with the basics. The 1945 wheat penny was minted during the final year of World War II. At this time, the United States was emerging from a global conflict, and the country's economy was slowly recovering. The wheat penny, which had been in circulation since 1909, was still made of copper, just like in previous years. The iconic design featuring the wheat stalks on either side of the Lincoln Memorial continues to be a symbol of America's agricultural roots. But there's something about the 1945 version that sets it apart from its counterparts. Unlike some of the rare error coins we see in other years, the 1945 wheat penny doesn't have a specific flaw or double die variety that makes it stand out. However, its value comes from its rarity in certain conditions and the historical context in which it was minted. To understand why some 1945 pennies are highly sought after, we need to take a deeper look at their condition. As with all collectible coins, the state of preservation plays a huge role in determining their worth. A 1945 wheat penny in mint condition, one that shows little to no signs of wear and tear, can fetch a premium price on the market. The grading system used by coin experts, such as the Sheldon scale, can determine the value of a coin based on its appearance. Coins that are graded in higher categories, such as MS-65 or above, can be worth thousands, if not more. A 1945 wheat penny in near-perfect condition could be a treasure in any collection, but, like many coins from this era, the 1945 penny isn't just about mint condition. What truly pushes its value to astronomical levels is its association with some of the rarest and most famous examples to ever come to market. The history of a particular 1945 wheat penny, along with its unique characteristics, can often elevate its worth well beyond what you'd expect from a standard coin. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1945 wheat penny is its potential for errors. While not as common as the infamous double die coins from other years, there are rare 1945 pennies that contain specific minting errors that increase their desirability. For example, some 1945 wheat pennies were struck with die cracks or other unusual features that make them especially appealing to advanced collectors. These error coins are sometimes sold at public auctions for prices that would shock the average person, but they highlight just how valuable small mistakes can be in the world of numismatics. Additionally, the 1945 wheat penny stands out because it was struck in a period of national significance. As World War II came to an end, this coin marked the closing chapter of a tumultuous time in world history. Some collectors are drawn to the symbolism behind this penny as a reminder of the sacrifices made by so many during the war years. This historical connection adds another layer of value that's difficult to quantify but certainly plays a role in the coin's allure. While most 1945 wheat pennies are worth just a few cents to a few dollars depending on their condition, there have been some exceptional sales over the years. The market for rare coins can be unpredictable, but there are instances where a particularly rare or well-preserved 1945 wheat penny has been sold for a significant sum. And now, let's talk about the true jackpot. Although the 1945 wheat penny is not as widely recognized for having such high values as its 1943 or 1944 counterparts, there are those incredibly rare cases where it can fetch a price that could make any coin collector's jaw drop. You may have heard of stories where certain coins, through a combination of rarity, condition, and historical importance, are sold for life-changing amounts of money. The record-breaking sale of one 1945 wheat penny has been reported to reach a mind-boggling amount. So, if you happen to stumble upon a 1945 wheat penny in your coin collection, it's worth taking a closer look at its condition. If it has been well preserved and carries any errors or unique features, you may have a coin that could fetch an extraordinary sum. In fact, some collectors have speculated that a rare 1945 wheat penny could be worth an astounding $1,900,000,000. That's right, $1,900,000,000. While this figure is exceptional and represents the pinnacle of what could be achieved in the world of rare coin collecting, it illustrates just how valuable even seemingly ordinary coins can be when the right conditions align. The 1945 wheat penny, a simple piece of American history, could very well be worth much more than its face value if you're lucky enough to find one in the right condition or with the right error. Whether you're an avid coin collector or simply someone who appreciates the history behind these fascinating pieces of currency, the 1945 wheat penny is a great example of how something as small and unassuming as a penny can hold incredible value. So, keep your eyes peeled the next time you go through your spare change. You never know, that simple penny you overlook might just be worth a small fortune. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1945 wheat penny is a perfect reminder of how even the most ordinary-looking coins can carry extraordinary value. And remember, in the case of a rare find, that little 1945 penny could potentially be worth an unbelievable $1,900,000,000.